Test, test, 1, 2, 3. Alright, that seems to be working alright. Let's drop the link in the Discord. Alrighty. So, I know nobody's watching just now, but people like to watch the recording of this. The part of the stream is to do some testing, not necessarily to just only be playing the game, so I may need to switch back and forth between the game and Unity and do some updated builds. Hello, Cobra. So I'm in career mode with realistic wind mode, so that means we get these red warning areas. This is the new market display, so the prices fluctuate every second. So you can see you can try and time things right to make more profit. The upgrades, I've removed number of samples as one of the upgrades because now your probe has unlimited samples. I just thought it would be a bit too clunky to have to keep resetting your probe between deployments, so I've removed that, which means now I can add another upgrade, so probably camera quality or something like that. Towns, here's our towns, and the sphere risk is moderate for today, so the wind's from 282 degrees, so from the east, the west-northwest is that? So we've got some extreme rain wrapping, but the tornadoes will be visible from 5 kilometers. So that means you need to be within 5 kilometers to see the tornado, but beyond that it'll be very obscured. So I think just going to the north east corner of Silverfield will probably be the best bet here. Okay, so we've got our first market spike. So F4 samples pay 3 times normal for the next 10 minutes. So let's just have a look at that. There you can see that F4s are spiked, so $170 extra per sample. So that's quite a profitable market spike. Currently editing the code for the funnel. Agreed, I have to watch this Sam guy. Yes, you do, Red. You're also the moderator. You also have to make sure nobody plays up in the chat. But I do appreciate your efforts moderating. It really helps keep the community positive place that it is, and hoping to keep it that way as well. So, editing the code. Yeah, one thing I'm going to do. I was going to make a tornado design tool. I'm going to get people's opinions on it, but I'm thinking of putting that as part of the template project, so people can play around with the tornado rendering within Unity. It'll offer more flexibility than probably what I could offer as a built-in tool in the game. Thank you, Adam. Glad you like the look of the game. Like I said, I'm trying to improve it incrementally all the time, so this is a pretty major update. So the key things in this is that you can now, this vehicle's loaded from the hard drive. It's not built into the game, which means people can now mod their own vehicles in. We've had our first official submission of a sort of Krusty Krab mobile, and we've also got the Titan submarine. So yeah, modern vehicles, and I think we've got some sort of intercept vehicle or TIV on the way as well. So we've got a cell popping up here. Let's warn the town. Because there's no point waiting until there's a tornado on the ground to warn them, because by that point it's usually too late, especially when the cell's this close to the town. Oh, I think I still need to tweak the vehicle handling. Oh, getting some sound glitching there. That may just because I've got the game, Unity, YouTube and Streamlabs open all at once. What should be happening is these rain shafts should be shifting to over there. I've got this set to 6 kilometers as well. That'll be causing some lag. 270p. There we go. Oh, hi, is that Kingdale? Yes, thank you for your submission. You're the first person to submit a modded vehicle in the Discord. So, I appreciate your effort. It's not easy to take a template project and put your own vehicles into it. I'm doing the best that I can to facilitate that, but you know, modding is difficult. Well, again, some lag spikes every time I look in that direction for some reason. Pilot Hill and Stratford. Which direction is this moving? Okay, well, I guess we need to race this storm to Pilot Hill and warn them before it gets... Oh, it's just starting to form there. You can see it there, so... Let's warn those residents I don't have enough money to do a remote warning. For some reason, it doesn't look like the precipitation shafts are updating. Not sure why that is. May have to check the play log. I'm also getting a lag spike about every few seconds as well. That may have something to do with it. So look over our shoulder, see how that tornado's doing. Can't actually see it. Oops. Yeah, I saw there was a comment about the vehicle handling. That is something I'm continuously trying to tweak. It's... Whoa. It's difficult. There's a lot of parameters which can be tuned. I still think using the new vehicle physics is an improvement over the old vehicle physics, but the handling still does seem to be quite twitchy. Oh, almost in good spot for an intercept. Less than a kilometre away. 500 meters. It looks like it's going to move through here. It's going to be right on the bridge. Well, there it is. Shrouded in rain. Are the clouds ray marched? Yes. So the tornadoes are ray marched, and the clouds are ray marched. The clouds are from a custom asset which I purchased, and the developer of that's done a lot of optimization on the clouds. So it uses things like downsampling and temporal reprojection, which really helps with the performance. I need to figure out where I'm going to deploy. I think it's actually going to pass just north of Pilot Hill. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to pause the game a second, and I'm going to check the what do you call it? The play log. Maybe it's not gonna. Oh, here it is. I'm gonna see if it keeps writing some sort of issue to the thing. Audio online. Oh, that's the last thing. So I'm thinking the precipitation controller is slowing things out. It runs every few seconds and does some calculations. And I thought I managed to spread those out over multiple frames, but I don't think I've done that sufficiently, because every few seconds there's a little... it hangs just slightly. I don't know if you can notice it on the stream, but it's definitely very annoying, so something I want to get rid of. So what we'll do is we'll try and intercept on this tornado. Once I've sold my first set of data on the market, I will then go try and optimize that a little bit more. So there's a left turn coming up ahead, so I think that's going to be our prime spot for intercepting. Whoa, that's definitely grown in size. I think I ought to get a crash to desktop. Am I? Yep. Okay, so we've got some work to do. Let's take a look at the crash log. Here we go. Do you mind not listening to the stream while I'm... My wife's sitting next to me with the stream on the phone, so whatever I say, I'm hearing myself say it about 5 seconds later. Okay, so just having a look here. Alloc, temp, background, job, worker, bada bada bing. What happened? Did we run out of memory? Peak usage. I'm more than likely to run out of memory despite having 16 gig on my laptop. I am running a lot of things at once. Let's have a look. We do have some leeway. So let's do... I'll show you guys some behind the scenes stuff, and we're going to try and do some optimization here. So this is what it looks like in the Unity editor. Let me just zoom into something. Vehicle. So a few things I need to make sure of. We have a precip map, and that needs to have a reference to the player vehicle, yeah, so that's fine. So our performance issue is more than likely inside this precip map controller. Just close this down. I won't spend, this won't be a whole coding stream. I'm just going to show a few behind the scenes things. So what we do is we get a reference to the particle system, and then we'll run this. So we wait till some certain scripts come online, then it's just loops. So what we'll do is we'll look at how far we are from each cell. We'll find the closest cell. We then figure out how transparent the particles should be. So this is a mathematical function where you input essentially your distance from the tornado, and depending on the visibility in the forecast and what degree it's rain wrapped, it'll either fade out very quickly or fade out very slowly. So this decides whether the tornado is easily visible through the rain or not. We then figure out what the start and end colours are. Then the particles alternate between between this colour here and this colour here. So what I'm essentially doing is figuring out, depending on how close we are to it, and we're changing the transparency. So yeah, let me just set that back to what it was. But the problem is, so this runs every second, and you can notice it's like a lag spike every second or so. So we need to figure out some ways to essentially just sort it out. So what we could do is split this calculation over multiple frames and wait a bit longer between updates. So that's one option. So what we need to do, so float term 1 equals, and we're just going to get this. Term 2 is term 1 over 4,000. And that's clamped as well. So that over 4,000. Render the distance in chunks. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Then we need to raise, I guess, term 2 to the power of the rain wrap factor. And then we need to set this. So we'll do that. Then we need to wait. So yield, return new, wait 4 seconds. We'll probably put 1 second between them here. Really spread these calculations out. There's no need this really needs to be running in real time. So that. And then we can wait, say, probably wait 30 seconds before the next update, to be honest. Right, that should be everything we need. I'll rebuild it and we'll jump back into the game again. Oh, do you mean, so do these calculations whenever the distance between the player and the cell changes by more than a certain amount? That's another option. So what we could do is cache the player position. Thing is, the player could stay still and the storm could move towards them. So we still need to do this calculation regardless. Not this calculation. Oh yeah, sorry, this one. Guess distance from funnel. Yeah, I think let's go with this for now, and then hopefully that fixes the issue. If it doesn't, then we can try some more clever optimizations. So let's just go File, Build and Run. Yep, save those changes. actually, there's something I need to remove from the script. Let's just take this out. I wonder if this is messing with things a bit. And we'll run another build. It's not going to be like the first stream I ever did of this, where I ended up essentially having to cancel the stream because it ended up taking like an hour and 10 minutes to build. And the build time's now down to about 5 minutes, if even that. While waiting for that, I can show the Trello. Talk about some of these things. So I've done this, so I completely removed the mission system, which then meant there was no way of earning the achievements. So now when you sell, whenever you sell the samples you've collected, if they're above certain thresholds, you'll then earn those same Steam achievements. Sorry, forgetting how to speak. So something that are coming up, I'll be placing AI traffic routes. So placing the actual routes for the cars to follow is quite straightforward. What's going to take a bit of experimenting is you need to set the points where the cars spawn in. So I need to make sure it's not somewhere annoying where like if I did it on the main road through the centre of the map, you don't want to be driving along, suddenly have the car spawn in front of you and then just crash and die. So I need to find some quiet places where cars can spawn and then go onto the road. Then you've also got rules for yielding at junctions, so the cars don't just crash into each other when they get to junctions. I need to figure that out as well. But once those two are done, then it's literally just going through the map and adding the routes that the air traffic can follow, deciding on how many cars and making an option to enable or disable it in the settings, and then it should be done. Steam Workshop, I'll put that in there as well. I think these are the three things which are most needed. I think a lot of people, when they first play, wish there was an in-game tutorial rather than just a video. I've got a bunch of sound effects which we might be able to listen to. Is this finished? Okay. So I just changed that script. Okay, we're going to go File, Build and Run. So if people want, I can put some of the theme music on that I'm going to be using. But if people want to hear, I'll put the theme music on. Here we go. It'll be assets. Forgetting what it's called. Procedural worlds, ambient sounds. And then I didn't even buy this for the music, but I listened to it and I was like, wow, that's actually very Twister-like. So I think it might have been track 3. Just plays with VLC. What are people's thoughts? Do you think it fits the spirit of the game? Give Twister vibes? Because that's what that was my first thought when I first heard this music. No sound? Ah, that's a problem. Okay, let's start from the beginning. It's coming through now. So there's 4 of these action tracks. There's also some city music. I think possibly just having some quiet background music just for while you're driving around. Or maybe that just plays at sunrise or sunset. So chill music when nothing's happening, and then epic music when you're getting close to a storm. I'll show some of the other sound effects that I've got, just to add to the atmosphere of the game. Audio. So just for the background, just got like background bird sounds. Get the idea. Insects, crickets, so for nighttime we could have this. So that's always meant to be played in a loop. Replace audio files for custom music. Assuming music can go into asset bundles, which I don't see any reason why it couldn't. Yeah, it should be replaceable. There's also gunshot sound effects. Not sure what I'd use these for. Could possibly use that if like a house explodes. Maybe I could put gas leaks in the game or something. But I don't see any need for there to be guns in the game. It's also spooky. Maybe I could have these for Doomsday mode or something. Just have that sound at nighttime in Doomsday mode. Oh, looks like the game's finished building. Okay, let's set it out. Hopefully we get a bit better performance now. I'm going to do Alt-Z to get the overlay. If it lets me. I want to get the FPS counter so I can get an idea of... There we go. Just want to get an indication of performance. Okay, so we're doing... Have death enabled, career, realistic winds, 3 cells. Let's start in May actually. I prefer May. It's more light. And then just the default vehicle which comes with the game. Can you have different types of tornadoes? Depends what you mean. I do have multi-vortex as a to-do in the works. I did have an early version of multi-vortex, but that was really just kind of 3 tornadoes that were blended together. Or might have been 4 tornadoes. I've got some better ideas of how to do multi-vortex now, which would essentially be a wedge tornado where I kind of carve out sections at the bottom of the funnel to create that multi-vortex look. But it's something I haven't really prioritized. I'm trying to prioritize the features and the bug fixes that people are noticing and asking for. So it is in the works, but I think that'll come once the game's stable and with less game-breaking bugs. Plan to redo the colours. If you talk about the post-processing, I'm always open for suggestions on how to fix the post-processing. Alright, so we're in the risk area. Ooh, we've got an outbreak. So 100% chance every cell's going to produce a tornado. And they're all going to be F4s or F5s, so hopefully we get a spike on the F4, F5 tornadoes and we can make a ton of money. What was the wind direction? I didn't actually look. 283, so yeah, again, west-northwest again. I think if we head a little bit further west, we'll be in a good position. And these will likely be strong right movers as well. So Silverfield and Pilot Hill, possibly Stratford, will be at risk. Dayspring if we get one up north. So we need to head a little bit further west. I'm thinking it may be the radar causing that jump every second, not the precipitation controller like I first thought. I'm heading west, I meant east. Thinking actually, might be a way of putting post-processing profiles in an asset bundle. It just would be hard to test because I'd have to also include like the entire map as a template, which is something I wouldn't really want to do just yet. See, this particle system should be fading away. But it isn't for some reason. It worked in the editor but not in the build, so I'm going to have to figure out what's going on there. So there should be a junction just a little bit further up, and we'll camp out there and wait and see what happens. Come on. So the risk area is where the storms will first fire, not necessarily where they're heading to. So I think we're going to go... one's just going up just to the north of us. Let's hop out and have a look. We should see it soon. And this is pretty much guaranteed to put down an F4 or F5. There we go, our first signs of a cell forming. Still got the radar open. Let me just put this to another screen. Market screen should be fine. Hopefully it doesn't spawn right on top of us and kill us immediately. Got 2 cells. Oh, get in, F5 spike move when he got 3 minutes. How much does that pay? So $500 per F5 sample for the next few minutes. I don't think it's going to form fast enough for us to profit off that though. Probably position ourselves in front of it. So let's go right, so south. We head south and then east. Pilot Hill's in quite a bit of danger. We should probably warn Pilot Hill as soon as we can get over there. To our left there. One Pilot Hill. Just real quick. Don't have a whole lot of time. Got twins. I'll do. Get in the truck and then watch it from the truck. Ralph, I'm in danger, means quite apt right now. I think we need to get out of here. collect the next 3 samples, wait for the next market spike. Very careful here. Using the truck mounted ropes for this one. That little drill bit heads towards us as well. Now we can see the market value. So F4 samples are currently worth 10,000, so let's just sit here and earn money. Let's try and get a bit closer. There's a left turn coming up. Gotta be careful because I'm now beyond my truck's wind tolerance, so I could get pulled in if I'm not careful. Hold the handbrake down. You can also take photos in thingy mode. Good. That's starting to die now. Good time to go and sell some of this stuff on the market. Still in outbreak mode. Here's the game. Can't be bothered to go and get the probe from halfway across the map. So I'm just going to see the side to get the probe back. Hello, 7HC. That THC. Thank you for joining. That was really violent. From this point of view. I don't have to actually open the laptop screen to sell samples. Is kill myself. Is that really too much to ask? At this rate, I might as well just go pick up my probe. I'm almost there now. So that looks like it's rain wrapped over there. Barely see it. So look where the risk area is. Okay, what's the risk now? We're still got a moderate risk. Winds from 254, so that is somewhere bottom left, southwest. think we're in a good position here. I think we'll just chill here for a bit. More radar icons, like what were you thinking? Could upgrade our engine. There we go. Oh, okay. Do that after this. My wife has kindly reminded me that I forgot to pay the window cleaner, so I need to remember to do that transfer after I've done this stream. We've got a cell popping up here, or is that the old cell dying? I'm disoriented. No, that's old. Oh, we've got something happening to the south, and it's moving northeast. I think we head east and then south. Which way is east, which way is south? Game's lagging a bit, I'm not sure why. Ah, there's a house in the road. When you unintentionally recreate Twister. Okay, we've got a cell. Which way is it going? I can't tell if it's moving east or northeast. Slightly northeast. Let's take that east road. That's supposed to be a bridge. Ah, market spike on F5. It's always the expensive ones, like the ones that are difficult to get. So I suppose on a better intercept path. Okay, do I want to be here or do I want to be further south? I think we're getting a hook developing on the southwest side of it there. Looks like it's coming this way. Is it going to put anything down? We gotta figure out why the precipitation's not updating. It was working fine in the Unity editor. Sometimes you get things which work in the editor and then don't in the build. This is continuing to strengthen, so I think that's a good sign. Uh-oh, I think it's dying. Right, as when I say it's a good sign, I think it's started to die. Let's take a look at the forecast. Self-produced tornado 60% of the time, still in our favour. Cycle 25%. I forgot that cell cycling was a thing. I completely forgot that I implemented that. Like a couple of months ago I went to write a section from a PhD, from a PhD thesis, and it was already written and I had no recollection of writing it. I remember telling myself that I needed to, like a year ago. Completely forgot I actually did it, so that was a nice little surprise. We've got this other cell over here, maybe we'll go get on that one. Unless it's about to go off the map. Or is it heading straight north? Is it worth going after that one? Because if it moves to the east, there's no road network there. What's the current wind direction? 254. I think I need to add a little wind bulb in the bottom left corner of the radar, which just points in the direction of the wind. It's like a 30-minute job, more than likely. Hello, sushi weather. Enjoy your dinner, Reddington. And I can also pay you if you accept Shroot books. I'm not sure whether the cell to the south is worth chasing. It's in a poor position. Got one. There's another cell popping up. There's two cells popping up. One over here and one over here. So that's produced something. It's just in a terrible position to chase. Look, there's one popping up right on top of us though. This could be the one. Why is the car started to shake? Well, there's a tornado way over there. Can we get in front of it is the question. I'm gonna have to go like halfway across the map to do that. It's only F1 strength right now. I think we'll stay on this one. We get ready to shoot west, east, east. This way, I think. Try and stay ahead of this one. Died on us as well. Still the only tornado. I think we're gonna have to get on that road to the south, on the southeast corner of Stratford. Let's keep heading east. Where am I? I think we've got two tornadoes there actually. They're just lined up perfectly in front of each other. Let's get our next intercept. I haven't market spike in a while. That thing is cranking along the ground. Okay, less than a mile to the intercept point now. And we make it there in time is the question. Slow down now. More in prime position. Right about. Back up, need back up. Somewhere around here should be good. Got less than 60 seconds now, gotta stop faffing on and actually deploy the probe. Should get out in no time though. Let's get to the bridge. We should be safe on the bridge. There's the probe. I reckon it is. I don't see it's been any more than an X2. Okay, I think now I'm gonna have to do an outbreak. I think at this point I'm gonna have to head to bed. Unfortunately, it's 10 past 11 at night where I am, and I'll be able to sleep. So let's try and time the markers. Somebody back on the F1 samples. I don't think I'm going to get much more than 300. As soon as it breaks 300, I'll sell. There we go. So again, I don't think I have enough money to buy any of the upgrades, no. So, it's been really fun, thank you everybody who's watched, and I'm going to try and fix these issues with the particle emitter. That looks really nice. I get a photo of that. Nice little cone. Yeah, so once I fix this issue with the particle emitters, I'll push this as an official update, because it doesn't look like any other game-breaking issues. Everything's worked out as expected, other than the rain effects. So hopefully tomorrow and finally get this test branch pushed onto the main branch and everyone can start enjoying the new features. I'm going to sign out now, and I'll be on the Discord tomorrow, so any questions, any suggestions, please drop them there. Sign out now. Thanks everyone.